This was probably the most requested video on my channel, and here it is. This is all about power hitting, all about hitting sixes, all hitting about fours and boundaries. So video is completely all about that. So this video is not about some simple tricks, some gimmicks which will help you to do power hitting. But this is the complete approach to power hitting. It completes the whole process. So watch the video completely so you don't miss any of those things. Okay. So without wasting any of your further time, let's begin. There is something which happens in your body, and what it is, if you understand that biomechanically, you will be able to make the best out of your practice session. So I'll explain to you two concepts which will help you to understand power hitting better. First thing is the kinetic chain. Okay, kinetic chain is not a new thing. It's there in other sports also, but here it is. So this, if you have seen this is called a Newton's cradle. So you know what is happening here is the ball, the energy from the one ball, the first ball, is getting transferred through the series of ball and transferring it to the last ball, which is moving, taking the power from the first ball. Same principle, same concept happens in your body as well when you do power hitting. So what happens is, when you hit the ball, the body from the ground up, it goes into your legs, to your hips, to your shoulder, to your hands, then to your wrist, then to your bat, and then it passes on to the ball which travels. So if you have transferred your energy efficiently, smoothly, then the shot will go perfect. If there is any chain broken or chain disturbed, the transfer of power is not complete. So this is called kinetic chain, and we'll get to other details in a bit. The second concept we have to understand is called the X factor. X factor is nothing but the twisting of your body. When your body twists, like the upper shoulder, the shoulder and the hip, when they separate, when they twist, they form a shape of an X. So that's the reason it's called X factor. The more the X factor, the more the twist, the more it stores the energy, and once you unwind, it starts releasing that power to the bats. So these are the two concepts which are very, very important. If you understand these two concepts, I'll give you 6 more tips based on these two things which will help you to make your power hitting really better. So here are the 6 tips. Listen very carefully. First thing is keeping your head still and keeping your mind very still. So these are very important. Keeping your head still makes you to see the ball better, and keeping your mind still, do not having any doubt in your ability, will help you to have a smooth kinetic chain. If you have doubt in your ability, it disturbs your kinetic chain and thus breaking the power in between. The second point is the X factor point, which is dependent on the X factor point. The whole video mostly is dependent on this X factor. So what I'm saying is, as your hips move forward, what you have to do is, when you're hitting the shoulders, as your hips are moving forward, you have to move your shoulders a little bit back. So this creates that counter rotation of hips and shoulder separation, which will create that tension, that power. It will store that energy in your body. When at the right time of hitting the ball, you will use that energy for hitting the ball to a greater distance. One more small thing which you can do is, when you're rotating, counter rotating your hip and shoulder, you can also take help of your arms, arms, and delay that arm even a little bit more longer than your shoulder. So that will create that extra power in your shot. The third point is about your elbow and keeping your elbow close to your body. So if you keep your elbow close to your body, it's very helpful. If you take your elbow out or your arms out too early, it will you will lose your power and thus disturb the flow of power. So keeping your elbow till the last moment towards your body is really, really helpful to keep your body balanced and not lose that power. The fourth point is launching your bat backwards instead of forward. So when you're hitting, instead of launching it straight away forward, launch it a little bit backwards that side and then bring it forward. That will help it a lot. So that launching the bat a little bit backwards again creates that little bit extra tension in your arms and in your kinetic chain to get maximum out of your body. The fifth point is hitting the ball. So as you are hitting the ball, when the ball is hitting the bat, at that time both your arms should be fully extended. It should not be bent at that time. So at that time both your arms should be fully extended. Okay, so if it's extended fully, the power transfer is complete. And now to add a little bit more spice, you have to whip, use your wrist also to finish the last moment of the shot. So at the point of impact, make sure your hands are fully extended and finish it with your whip of your wrist, which will be very, very powerful stroke. And now the last point, which is the most important point, not the most important, but it's very beneficial, very useful, is that when you finish your shot, make sure your body is fully going through the shot. Okay, it's moving towards that shot, your head is moving, your body's hips are always getting involved in whatever shots you're doing. So that ensures that you have control over the shots and proper transfer of power is happening. The first tip is having a strong and wider base. Okay, having a strong wider base will make your base stronger and ensures you generate power. Second is clearing your front leg. This is really helpful. If you clear your front leg, it creates a little bit more room to swing your bat freely. If you swing your bat freely, means you can swing your bat a little bit faster and thus more power. The third point, I'm not a big fan of it, but definitely helps to a lot of people. I don't use it. Some of you might use it, some of you not use it, but it's definitely helpful, so use it, is your handle. Okay, how do you hold your handle? If you hold a handle at the end, it is really helpful. And what happens is it creates a bigger lever matlab more power on the bat. Okay, so you must have already studied this in your school science. So the longer the lever, the more the power. Okay, so you can use that for your advantage. The fourth point is hitting the ball in the middle. So exactly, if you see the bat, this is called the middle of the bat, the sweet part of the bat. It's not exactly in the middle, but it's called the middle. So always try to hit it in the middle. Because of the thickness of the bat there, it will make the ball travel further. Okay, you can do some practice drill, which I'll do in another video. And the last point, again this is a very important point in this video, is that do not try to hit the ball very hard, not necessary. If you try to hit, like some people just go crazy with it, so don't go like that. If you go crazy with it, you will lose control over the shot, you lose the timing, ball will not go, instead of going somewhere it will go somewhere else, it will most probably go up, or most probably you will miss the ball. So do not try to hit it hard, you just need enough power at the right time to hit the ball. So these are some of the tips. I told you about the two concepts about biomechanics, which is the chain, kinetic chain, and second thing, the X factor I told you, and I told you about how you can use that true scientific knowledge for your body advancement. I told you about hip and shoulder separation, use this to your advantage. Then I gave you some more tips of wider base, some common tips which will definitely help, wider base, holding the handle and everything. I hope you liked the video, I hope you enjoyed the video, you learned something new, and if you have learned, please do not forget to share this, and if you're new, please subscribe. Any comments, please do it, and this will help me to make more videos like this. So thank you for watching this video. Till my next video, bye bye.